20 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Some of you might remember that long time ago, Robert and I did children's music, and we had a song called Forests Green, and the opening line was, "All I want is a world for the children, green as the world passed on to me." Right? Something like
Yes.
that? Do I remember
All
right?
I want is a world to pass on to the children.
And all it was a simple song about saying, come on, I grew up in New York, and the Hudson River was in horrible conditions. A lot better now, but it's still not as good as it could be, or as good as it probably was during its pristine days, which was really not that long ago if you think about it. Probably 100-something years ago. It was probably a normal river. But, to their credit, to the city's credit, they have fixed it up a lot. We have our own problems with some of these beautiful rivers right here in Central Florida. We have, they're beautiful, and they may be in harm's way. And so when we did our song, the thing that shocked me was when people called us tree huggers, and all of a sudden, what we thought was a no-brainer, who's not going to be in favor of a clean world, all of a sudden we were somehow grouped into something political, and it just was like it blindsided us. We had no clue that was going to happen. I love what this next book is about. It's called The Green Amendment. I think it's specifically for Pennsylvania, but it speaks to all of us. Let's find out about it. Maya K. Van Rossum is on the phone. I probably mispronounced her name. She's a veteran environmentalist, the executive director of the Delaware Riverkeeper Network. She is a licensed attorney. And she wrote a song wrote a song of the Donuts. That was the group. The group The Donuts wrote a song in Maya's name titled Maya Van Rossum's Blues. This is about an oil spill that spewed 165,000 gallons of heavy crude oil into the Delaware River. Oh my gosh, the Green Amendment. Let's find out about this. Maya K. Van Rossum, good morning, and I apologize for probably saying your name wrong.
You got it close enough. It's Maya Van Rossum. I really appreciate the opportunity. And really, the Green Amendment isn't about Pennsylvania. It's about using a success in Pennsylvania we had to inspire a national movement to secure constitutional protections for our environmental rights, which is very applicable to the state of Florida as well as every other state in the nation.
Okay. Well, thank you for helping me understand that. Well, I love what you're doing, and I can't understand. Do you have any pushback? Like, we had pushback. It's like, how is it possible that you're against this? How is it possible people are against it? And do you have that at all?
I'm always shocked to hear how many people are opposed to securing a constitutional right to clean water, clean air, and a healthy environment. Because the fact of the matter is, we all need these things if we're going to survive. Our constitutions protect our right to free speech. Right. They even protect our gun rights. Right. But it is shocking they don't protect our environmental rights, and that people would be opposed to that. I agree with you.
So what is it that made Pennsylvania successful at this that we could all learn from?
So in 1971, Pennsylvania actually passed a constitutional right in the Bill of Rights section of their Constitution that protected the right to pure water, clean air, and a healthy environment. Pretty quickly, though, some bad Supreme Court decisions undermined that protection, and so they were relegated to just a statement of public policy until 2013, when we actually used that provision to defeat a very environmentally devastating piece of legislation. And in 2013, we breathed life into this constitutional right to a healthy environment. And so for the last 4 years, we've been using this constitutional provision that now has legal life to really protect the fundamental right to clean water, clean air, and a healthy environment, on par with those other fundamental rights like free speech, freedom of religion, even gun rights that people hold dear.
Yeah. What I see as the opposing viewpoint is always about energy. They will always say, well, if we're going to protect the lake, then we're not going to be able to drill for oil, etc. We've had so many guests on this show who have told us that you can have energy and it can be clean. And you know what the big barrier is? It's money. They don't want to spend the extra money to do it the right way, but it can be done the right way.
So there are some energy strategies like fracking for gas, for example, out of shale, which actually there frankly is no way to do it right. There is no way to do it in a way that protects water and air and healthy environments. But the more fundamentally important part of that debate, of the energy debate, is the fact that we have solar panels, we have wind energy, we have geothermal, and those are strategies that can be used to fulfill our energy needs, protect our environment, but also at the same time create more jobs and more money for the industries that pursue them and the communities that work in the energy industry. So those dirty fossil fuel strategies, whether it's drilling for oil or fracking for gas, that really is not about making clean, safe,
I
secure
agree.
energy for the nation. It's about making profits for a few.
I agree. I think the thing that fortifies our argument, because I'm on the same side as you are, but the thing that fortifies our argument that those ways of creating energy are viable, are affordable, are practical, are when somebody who can invest in something like this. I mean, you could name any of these rich guys. I don't know what they've done with these things. But if they start to use them, we just had a gentleman in the studio, oh my gosh, just an hour ago. There's one guy in our community who completely powers his home and his car with solar panels.
Exactly. Completely.
I actually do the same. I do the same thing. I've got an entirely electric car. I've got solar panels on my roof. I've got geothermal in the ground. I power my home and my car, and I live just outside the city of Philadelphia. So, nowhere special. But it can be done. But as you said, we need industries and government to make these clean energy strategies widely available. And it's really a matter of just the mindset. If our politicians would change the policies and change the investments at the state level and at the federal level, we would have these clean energy strategies across the board already. Thankfully, though, now they are so affordable and are making so much money that actually wind power and solar panel are really growing by leaps and bounds.
I love what you're doing. I'm on your side, and I love the fact that you've written a book about this and you're passionate about it. I would say to the people in our own community right here, and this is probably true for many communities in this country, that while we may not have 165,000 gallons of heavy crude oil flowing through our rivers, we do have the trickle-down effect of the fertilizers that we overuse on our lawns. And so, in a way, this isn't just us barking at Exxon or whoever and telling them to be careful. This is us looking at ourselves and realizing we need to be careful with the amount we put down. You can still put it down, but there's an easy set of directions right on the package, and that if you just follow those directions, you won't be polluting the rivers that that water trickles down into. Maya, you are a role model. I hope you realize that you are making a huge difference in this world, and I want to thank you for doing that.
I so appreciate your saying that. That's so kind of you. And you're helping to spread the good word about the power and importance of securing constitutional level protection for our environmental rights means the world. Because I genuinely believe this is the strategy that really can change the world if we all get on board with it now.
We did. Robin and I did the song Forest Green in 5 different languages back in 1988. So that's how far back we did
children.
that song. Thank you, Maya.
I hope you'll send me a copy.
Oh, yeah, I hope we can find it. It's been so long, I haven't heard it myself. Maya, thank you for being on the show with us today, and good luck with everything. The book is called The Green Amendment. I found that on Amazon. Thank you, Maya.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The House Oversight Committee has started an investigation into the controversy over a former staffer accused of abuse by his ex-wives. FBI Director Christopher Wray